aspect of design, as well as the construction of retail space, like not the architecture, but they will also work like a same time. So in such kind of job profile, one need to work towards making the store as well as retail space assigned to them. So they will also design in an attractive manner, for that the customer will attract from that display. And their again, the feasibility is also important. So the success of retail space designer is measured by the overall footfall. So now the footfall is like how many people are coming on your store, and how many person are very much easily pick the material, easily understand the number of designs or the sizes. That is very important. So designer in the field need to be understand first their design should be overpower to the product. It should not be that. So they have to arrange all the setup, understand the client need, and accordingly they have to design their retail store space. Another career option is a fashion stylist. Fashion stylist is like in this job profile, they have to advise people, celebrities, influencer or blogger, or maybe of any of brand ambassador, to what clothing they have to wear, what clothing they have to be accessible to purchase, and what is their wardrobe design. So they will also work upon it. And consultant is also do the same. And people, there are many of students who start freelancing from their second or third year after the reading of some of course, and they start working with the magazines, labels, celebrities, and as well as the different bloggers, special events, television shows, or any of person for their everyday wear as well. So they can work on it as well. Next, the career option is a fashion photographer, which is a more interesting, and many of them make their career in this stream. So the photographer is one it is not mandatory actually to carry a DSLR, where students start their captions from their mobile phones, whatever they are having. Definitely it should be good resolution and good cameras, so they can start iPhones or Android good phones. So definitely they can start doing a practice on it. They can start to work upon the ISO aperture or different requirement of pictures or our light, and after the practicing of picture, they start making the reel, and then they start becoming their career, and they can buy the DSLR for it as well. So what is fashion photographer do? So what a fashion photographer, one has to be capture movement, brands, product, models, such as these design and product made by the designer. So that will be present in a best possible manner for their target audience, which is a more important work for them. A fashion photographer, generally they have to expect it to highlight all the features and details of the product. Like for example, it is a product photography, so definitely they have to focus on the product rather than their other thing. So that's why we see the e-commerce portals and see and notice the background is clear, or maybe the background is not having the too much of stuff, so that the focus will be distractive. So definitely, so the photographer have a great job on it. Complete videography and photography will be based on the creativity of a photographer. So these are the separate sections for the career scope. The merchandising, CAD designer or fashion designer is another option for them. They can go for it. But yes, illustrator, if they are having a good in it, content writer, so they can go to the graphic designer, visual merchandiser, event management, retail space designer, fashion styling, photographer, journalism, event manager. Event manager is also one of a very booming area of the career scope. So in this profile, basically they design the creative for the entire night, entire event, or their stage backdrop, or layouting the mail event area, food, etc., etc., designing food, catering, photography, celebs, collaboration, etc. So that is a event management job. So they can, if student have a great interest and great PR skills as well. So definitely PR is very important in this. So if you are a introvert, so definitely this job, I have a doubt on it. But if you have you are extroverts and you are a social open to social communication, so definitely it is a good job for you. And another job scope is a career fashion journalist. Fashion journalist is basically a powerful profile for the fashion industry. I mean, they are expected to write about the latest trends in the clothing, footwear, accessories, website, for the website, newspaper, magazine, social media, or maybe any of article. So they have to work upon it, and they have to connect with the media as well for the betterment, for the better coverage as well. The another sector is a PR manager. PR manager is also another option for the fashion communication design course or fashion communication course. So there is a one person who has a use for different medium of communication to build the connection, to maintain and manage the reputation of their clients. So definitely a PR officer typically communicate the key messages, and mostly they have a party endorsement such as a different informative message they have to pass, and they have to connect with the different mass market. So that is again a very good career opportunities for them. Fashion advisor, they can go for it. Another job sector, job profile, we can say that that is basically overlap with the different tasks allocated to a fashion designer as well. So a fashion advisor is basically expected to write or supervise the production of any advertising message or advertising ad. Therefore, the fashion advisor advise the location, shoot, clothes, the styling, accessories, models, or different angles as well. So these shots are be taken by the different messages formulated by them. So the advisor is generally tells about the different what exactly good for them. So that is another great area of option for the fashion communication. Now, next move to the another fourth option is textile designer. So now, first of all, to understand how textile design is different from them. So textile design is all about the fabric or raw material or the fiber yarn process, as well as the different texture design, surface ornamentation. Now the surface ornamentation which we embellish. The fiber is basically a fiber, a basic thing of textile. From fiber, we generally move to the yarn, and different interlacement of yarns will convert the different fabric formation. And after the fabric formation, I mean, the 2D fabric is ready. So after that, we convert in the garment. And now the surface design is all about the texture, structure, fabric structure, the design, whatever design we are giving onto the surface ornamentation, anything which we are going to, like a block printing, like any of painting or any of design, embroidery, or maybe anything which we are putting on to the fabric, which called as a surface ornamentation. So there are the several options. First of all, a textile designer. So textile designer is a first career opportunities after the completion of course. So it will be basically employed in the different fashion industry. The jobs are not separate, but yes, they will work in the textile or fashion industry only. So you can choose a different job for the interior work of the textile or their career options. And today I'm not talking about the different scales of salaries. So just telling you about the clarity of the career option. Next is the embroidery designer. Embroidery designer is basically a talk about the different motifs and the different design, different prints, because from the motif we convert the print, and from print we convert to the different draping. So embroidery motif designers is also a very great job for the textile person. Next is the fabric resource manager. Fabric resource manager is to sourcing the material. So they will just connect with the different vendors or suppliers with them. So they will have, and they will source, procure the raw material such as fabric, yarn, threads, or maybe anything which relate to the production. And the next job area is a fashion analyst. Fabric analyst. Fabric analyst is all about where they can just specify the fabric problem. So if any of contamination or any of issues or any of problems is in the fabric, so definitely analyst will be help to resolve it or help to capture it, and they check the different color variations, any strength issue, anything which. Another option is a textile testing person. Textile testing is all about the laboratory work. There are the multiple laboratory in the industry like SGS, Nitra, Intratech, etc. So you can find out on the Google. Many of laboratory will be there. So their work will be totally related to the